Let's take a step back for a minute. Picture the early days of AI back when it was just a flicker of an idea, a clunky dream in the minds of pioneers like Turing. From those first stuttering machines to the 1990s, there was this line in the sand, clear as day: man thinks, machines process. Humans were the dreamers, the strategists, the ones who could feel the weight of a decision. Machines, they were calculators on steroids, fast, sure, but rigid. They crunched numbers, followed rules, spat out answers. No soul, no spark. We built them, we controlled them, and that distinction held firm. A chess grandmaster could sit across from a computer and know it wasn't really thinking. It was just searching, grinding through possibilities like a tireless librarian. That was the world we lived in, right up until 1997. Then came Deep Blue, IBM's beast of a machine staring down Garry Kasparov, the king of chess. And when it won, when it beat the best of us in a game we'd ruled for centuries, that line started to blur. Before that moment, we could say, sure, machines are clever, but they don't think like us. Deep Blue didn't just process faster. It played a game that felt alive, unpredictable. It wasn't human, but it wasn't just a calculator anymore either. That victory wasn't the end of the story, it was the crack in the wall. Suddenly, we had to ask, if a machine can outsmart a man at his own game, what's the difference? Man thinks, machines process? Maybe. But after Deep Blue, that neat little divide didn't feel so solid anymore.
Welcome back, folks, to the Equitable Center here in pulsating New York City. Chip Maxwell here, bringing you the climax of this epic man versus machine rematch. This is it, Game 6, the decider. We're tied 3 games apiece, winner takes all. The world chess champion, Garry Kasparov, against the Silicon Monster, IBM's Deep Blue. You can cut the tension in here with a knife. Kasparov, looking incredibly focused, maybe even a little strained today. He went for the Caro-Kann defense, usually rock solid, but folks, something went wrong early. On move 7. Was that a blunder? An uncharacteristic slip from the champ, maybe misjudging the computer's calculating power? Because Deep Blue, ladies and gentlemen, it pounced. No hesitation. It saw the opportunity and seized it with ruthless digital efficiency. Since that moment, it's been all Deep Blue, relentless pressure. Look at the board now. The machine has developed its pieces like a textbook, controlling the center, eyeing Kasparov's king, which looks awfully exposed over there. Kasparov's running his hand through his hair. He's staring, willing that board to give him an answer, searching for a path through the jungle of variations. But against this machine, where do you find that human error? There's no fatigue, no nerves of steel because there are no nerves at all. Just cold, hard calculation. Move 15. Bishop takes pawn. A fork. Oh, the pressure just mounts. Kasparov is down material. His position is crumbling. Pieces coordinating beautifully for the computer. It's like watching a boa constrictor squeeze. Look at Kasparov now. He just slumped back in his chair. That's not the posture of a man seeing a comeback trail. He's looking away, almost glazed over. Is the reality sinking in? The clock ticks. Tick. Tock. Deep Blue makes its 19th move. Knight to c5. Another turn of the screw. Folks, I'm no grandmaster, but even I can see this position looks utterly hopeless for the world champion. He's fought like a lion this whole match, the weight of humanity's intellect seemingly on his shoulders. But this game got away from him early, and the machine has been flawless in converting its advantage. He's leaning forward again. One last look, searching that impossible position. Is he going to play on? Find some miracle defense only he could see? No, he's shaking his head. Just a slight shake. He's reaching out his hand. He's reaching out. Kasparov extends his hand. He resigns. It's over. It is all over. Unbelievable. History. History is made here today. Deep Blue has defeated Garry Kasparov. The IBM team members are rising, accepting the handshake. The machine, the machine has conquered the world chess champion in a standard match. 19 moves. That's all it took in this final game. Just 19 moves after that early misstep. A stunningly quick, brutally efficient victory for Deep Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this date. May 11th, 1997. The day computation stood toe-to-toe with the pinnacle of human chess intellect and emerged victorious. A turning point? A new era? We've witnessed something monumental here today, absolutely monumental. We'll be right back with more reaction after this.
All right, let's flip the script for a moment. You've probably heard the buzz lately. People worrying that AI is this big, bad wolf, gobbling up our ability to learn, to perform, to think for ourselves. But what if we ask the opposite question? What if AI isn't a thief stealing our potential, but a spark lighting something new? Think about this. Back in 1997, Deep Blue, IBM's chess-playing machine, took down Garry Kasparov, the world champ. A machine beat a human at his own game. And since then, no human has ever beaten a top-tier AI in a fair chess match. Not even Magnus Carlsen, arguably the greatest player alive, could take down the chess engine on your iPhone. Yeah, your iPhone. Let that sink in. But here's the twist. Magnus Carlsen exists. He was born after that famous Kasparov Deep Blue showdown, and people didn't just throw up their hands and say, well, chess is over. No, they kept playing. In fact, they play more now than ever. And here's the kicker, they play better. Not just better moves, but more efficiently, more creatively. The game's transformed, completely different from what it was before. AI didn't kill chess, it reshaped it. Players study with engines, learn from them, push their limits in ways Kasparov's era couldn't dream of. So maybe AI isn't the end of human performance. Maybe it's the beginning of something we're only starting to figure out. What if AI isn't shutting us down, but waking us up? Picture this. It's 2016, and AlphaGo, built by DeepMind, sits across from Lee Sedol, one of the greatest Go players alive. Goes this ancient game, way more complex than chess, with more possible moves than atoms in the universe. And in Game 2, something wild happens. Move 37. AlphaGo plays a move so out of left field, so unlike anything a human would dream up, that Lee Sedol just stares, stunned. Commentators call it inhuman. Beautiful, even. AlphaGo wins that match and the series. No human has beaten a top AI at Go since, not in an even fight. But here's the thing, the story doesn't end there. Lee Sedol didn't quit. Players didn't abandon Go, saying, well, the machines have it now. No, they kept going. And get this, they play more now and they play differently. Move 37 wasn't just a flex, it was a revelation. It showed possibilities humans hadn't seen in thousands of years of playing. Today, Go players train with AI, study its moves, and push the game into new territory. They're not just keeping up, they're evolving. More efficient, more creative, a whole new level. So maybe AI isn't here to bury human potential. Maybe it's here to hand us a map to places we never knew existed.
Welcome back, Go fans across the globe. We are deep into Game 2 of this historic 5-game match between the legendary Lee Sedol, 9-dan professional, and Google DeepMind's AlphaGo. AlphaGo took Game 1, stunning the world, and the pressure is squarely on Lee Sedol now to level the score. The board is already incredibly complex, a swirling battle of influence and territory unfolding. Both competitors are burning calculation time. Lee Sedol looking intense, focused. AlphaGo, well, represented calmly by Aja Huang at the board, waiting for its instructions from the network. All right, it's AlphaGo's turn to play. Black stones for the AI in this game. The digital mind is calculating, processing millions upon millions of possibilities. Where will it choose? The cursor hovers. Aja Huang reaches for a stone, waits for the signal, and places it. Move 37 is on the board. Wait. Hold on. Let me double-check that location. He placed it on the 5th line, over on the right side, a shoulder hit against Lee Sedol's stone, but way up on the 5th line? Folks, that looks unexpected. Very unexpected. Standard Go wisdom, centuries of it, tells you to play on the 3rd line for territory, the 4th line for influence, especially at this stage. The fifth line is often considered too ambitious, potentially leaving the stone vulnerable or inefficient. Is that a mistake? Did AlphaGo miscalculate? It looks so slack, almost like a move a less experienced player might make, not a machine that defeated the European champion. It doesn't seem to achieve much immediately. Look at Lee Sedol. Look at his reaction. He's leaning forward, staring intently at that single black stone. He blinked, tilted his head. He looks completely baffled. You can see the question marks forming over his head. He's running through variations, trying to understand the purpose of that move. It seems to have come completely out of left field. And, wow, Lee Sedol is standing up. He's actually leaving the playing table. He's heading out of the room. Move 37 has literally stopped the legendary player in his tracks and forced him to take a break to clear his head. We haven't seen a reaction like this before. Okay, folks, this is unprecedented. What just happened? Was that a programming glitch? A strategic blunder under pressure? Or is it something else? Is AlphaGo operating on a level of understanding so deep, so different from human intuition, that we can't immediately grasp its meaning? That move looks odd, maybe even amateurish to conventional eyes right now. But AlphaGo crushed Fan Hui. It won Game 1. Could this be a move that only makes sense 50, 100 moves down the line? Is it seeing a whole board picture that is beyond human comprehension right now? Is this the alien intelligence people have talked about? Lee Sedol is returning to the room now. He took a good 15 minutes there. He sits down, still looking deeply perplexed. He takes a drink of water, but his eyes keep drifting back to that one stone. Move 37. A move nobody expected, nobody predicted, and nobody, perhaps not even Lee Sedol right now, fully understands. Is it genius? Is it a critical error? We don't know yet, folks. But one thing is crystal clear. AlphaGo is not just playing Go. It might be reinventing it right before our very eyes. What a moment! Stay with us. This match just went to a whole new level of intrigue.
We tend to think of intelligence as this human thing, our thing. We reason, we imagine, we wrestle with ideas in ways that feel uniquely us. But what happens when something else, something artificial, shows up with a mind of its own, a way of seeing the world that doesn't look like ours? Take AI. It's not human, not even close. It doesn't feel doubt or get lost in a daydream. But that difference? That's where the magic happens. Because intelligence that isn't like us can jolt us out of our ruts, push us to think in ways we'd never stumble into on our own. Think about it. When AlphaGo dropped move 37 on Lee Sedol in 2016, it wasn't just a winning play, it was a curveball from another dimension. Humans had been playing Go for millennia, and no one had ever thought to move like that. It was alien, brilliant, and it forced players to stop and go, wait, what else have we missed? Or look at Deep Blue taking down Kasparov. It didn't win with human flair, it won with a cold, relentless logic we couldn't predict. And that's the point. AI doesn't mimic us, it challenges us. It's like a stranger walking into the room with a wild idea you'd never have cooked up yourself. Suddenly, your brain is firing differently, seeing angles you didn't know existed. So yeah, artificial intelligence might not think like us, but that's exactly why it can wake us up, stretch us, and send us down paths we'd never have wandered otherwise.